Welcome back to the GSL Up and Down matches for Season 2 of 2012. I am Wolf, and with me is Kaldor, and our next match is against YugiOh. But here are our current scores.
Exactly, here they are. We have 2-0 for Squirtle and Keen as well, with a 2-0 record so far, so they are looking really good. In this group, YugiOh is on 1-1, and if you would be able to take down Keen now, they would be tied. And I'm aligned to you, Wolf. I actually think this is one of the games that I've been looking forward to most. I really love to see Keen up against YugiOh. This will be a very exciting match. I'll give a slight edge to Keen, thanks to the map as well. We have Antique Shipyard.
Yeah, I completely agree. And not only the map, but I feel that as far as skill levels goes, Keen is just a little bit more consistent than YugiOh.
Yeah.
YugiOh has been the guy to be in Code A for forever. He got into Code S once, and then just he decided he didn't really like it. He felt more comfortable in Code A, decided to stay there a little bit longer. And we'll see how well he does here. I mean, obviously he's 1-1 right now. And if Keen takes this win and goes 3-0, he'll be almost guaranteed a spot in Code S.
Yeah, then you're basically unstoppable. There could be some kind of weird tie situation if he suddenly fall apart, but I don't think that's something that will happen to Keen.
No, I don't think so either.
Quickly a sensor left there with his opponent YugiOh. And yeah, this is going to be a very, very nice game. I love Antigua for Terran versus Zerg. I love to watch it, even though Terran has this slight advantage, but still. And well, YugiOh always has something up his sleeve, so we'll see if he can pull out a nice build against Keen, some kind of nice moves against the Terran player from Team MVP. The countdown started. This is, I think it's the 7th set of the day. Yes, it actually is.
So we're about halfway done here at the GSL Up and Downs. We'll see if Keen can take out YugiOh and continue his streak to 3-0, or will YugiOh give himself a positive indicator here at the GSL Up and Downs with Kaldor and Wolf.
Starting for Team MVP, we have our Terran player in this group today. One of the two, he's starting to the top of the map in the red color. Already up 2 matches.
MVP King.
Well, up 2 maps. Didn't lose a single one just yet. Looking very, very solid today, and he can prove if he's Coda's material. His opponent starting at the bottom in the blue, starting for Team Slayers, and on 1-1 so far.
Slayers YugiOh.
He's one of those players. The problem that I sometimes have a little bit with the Koreans, and why I can actually understand that a lot of people outside of Korea that don't follow the Korean scene in detail, most of them have a little bit of a problem just keeping track of the players, because they can't really put a face to them. They think that a lot of players are interchangeable with their style and with how they play. And this is one thing that is not the case when you talk about YugiOh, because he is may not be like one of those players like Lenok that you definitely see tons of times and that has been in the Code S finals, but he just sets himself apart with his play style against Protoss, with his style and those things that he pulls off on his first person stream, for example. Keen, on the other hand, is also very well known in the European scene because he plays a ton of foreign tournaments. He is playing a lot of them. He is, for example, also playing another tournament next week with the MSI Cup that he has been playing quite often, where he will face another couple of Korean and European players. Here we have a quick shot at the win ratio.
Yep.
And Keen with 11 wins and 7 losses is a 61% win ratio. This is only regarding the GSL game, so
of course, yeah.
Already very impressive record against Zerg for Keen here.
You know, something else to note about this particular game, which you mentioned earlier, is the map here is Antigua. Now, nobody has won. Don't disregard that message. But this is Antigua, so it's going to be a good map for Keen and Keen's style. YugiOh is going to have to use some of his unique play that you're talking about. He's going to have to do something unusual to win on this map. He can try to just play a standard Zerg game, but it won't be easy. And look at this. You can see his win rate on this map. He's only played 6 games, but it's not very good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and on the other hand, we have 80% for for Keen, so this is definitely something that is going to be pretty cool. Did you play Commander Keen?
No.
You don't know the jump and run?
I've heard of this, but I never played it.
Well, when I was young, a long time ago, one of the first jump and runs that we have for the 386 computers back then, I hope that's the same name that they were called in the US and everywhere else, was Commander Keen and everything. Every time I see Keen, I have to think about, yeah, this is the commander is going for it, and it actually fits with his race as well. So,
It really does.
Yeah, always getting a little bit nostalgic. And we have the command center for Key now, and YugiOh with the speed. Well, there's always a little bit this debate that is going on if you get the speed early against Terra, and if you delay it a little bit. It helps a lot with the Hellions, of course. As soon as you spread your creep a bit and the Hellions try to attack, you're in a position where you can just try to surround the Hellions and take them down. If you succeed in doing so early on, then suddenly the Terran player is in a very awkward position, because he can't use those Hellions in order to dominate the game early on, to just impose his map control, force back the creep tumors, delay the third a little bit, and therefore speed is very, very important early on if you try to go for this kind of style. But if you just skip it for a bit and take a very late gas, then you have a lot of drones, you can focus on the minerals, you have like usually 3 to 4 queens, which is a little bit of a different style. YugiOh here trying to be a little bit more aggressive about it, which I like, by the way. And yeah, we'll see if he is actually able to dispose of the threat, of the Hellion threat.
Yeah, we'll see if he can stop this with the spine positioned so far forward. The creep's already getting out there. He'll be able to stop Hellions from doing well. He
He is taking the chance.
I don't know if I like this. He's actually gonna try it. Gets a few more drones. And actually, if once he cleans up these lings, the spine's being moved, he can actually run around it the other way if he wants to. He's actually just going to trade this early. Nice micro. Oh, wow.
He did not lose a single Hellion, and he killed quite a bit. He killed 18 units of drones as well. So that was a very nice attack by Keen. And you have to have a couple of balls in order to do it, because a lot of Terran players won't engage. They just see the spine crawler and they know, yeah, if I attack into this and I lose my Hellions, suddenly I'm in a very, very strange position, exactly the awkward position that I've been talking about earlier. But Keeny just thought, okay, I don't think that he's prepared for it. Let's just go in there and see how much damage I can actually do, and he did a lot.
By the way, one thing I wanted to note about YugiOh's creep spread, which you can't quite see on the screen at this moment, is that instead of spreading his tumors on the low ground, where the Hellions could hit them, he's spreading his creep from his main on the high ground where the Hellions can't hit them. That's actually so smart. Like, oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before.
Well, we see it occasionally. I've even seen Terran players who say, okay, well, I will just scan and kill the tumors on the high ground, because that's exactly what they need to. But it's a very, very good decision.
Forces a scan no matter what.
Yeah, the other thing is, as soon as your opponent is finally, well, as soon as the Hellions are in the back and you can start spreading your creep, because you have, for example, a bunch of roaches out or whatever, you can just spread your creep that much faster, because you only have to cross this small gap, but you can expand the creep towards the middle of the map that much faster, which is really, really important. So, nice move. You are perfectly right about it. He's using the Overlords.
He can, because, you know, Overlords cannot be targeted by Hellions. Oh, wow! Beautiful. Since he had so much vision of this area, he's able to trap them.
And this is the reason why he spread his creep, and I have to admit that I've never seen it in this fashion. He spreads the creep with the Overlords, and this enables his Zerglings to be that much faster and then more dangerous to the Hellions, and he takes down every single one of them. And this is brilliant for YugiOh. This is exactly what we talked about, Wolf.
Yeah, man. He's going to do stuff like this. Now, the third base, he's been constantly scouting that. He even had an Overlord to drop creep there. Keen killed it, but he didn't have a command set ready. He's actually just now starting his third command set. Back at home, Baneling speed +1 for Zerglings, and Overlord speed are on the way, as well as a Spire. The Overseer does come in and scout. He sees everything. He sees how many barracks. He sees no starport, so he knows drops are not going to be a problem for him. He's already going to have a Spire in time.
What I'm missing a bit is the creep spread with a third queen. He has a third queen out, but he did not use it very well to place down creep tumors. He just started a few seconds ago, and I think that's something that he could have done a bit better. But in well, in total, I'm very happy with what YugiOh does here. Keen, on the other hand, with the third base, will also be in a position where he can execute a lot of pressure play. And, well, we will soon be in a situation where it depends upon the Zerg's abilities to defend his fourth base. So I expect Keen to be very aggressive with drop play. That's what we usually see on Antigua. But this creep spread, well, not the creep spread itself, but the Overlord, and that he may research the speed for the Overlords in order to get away. This is something that I really, really like here.
Yeah, this is so creative. This is actually really, really interesting. Keen has put some pressure on here. He doesn't know exactly how many units his opponent has. That's why he scans here. He's not 100% certain if he can continue the pressure. Looks like he's actually going to go home, which is smart. Hold the tower. His opponent's creep is just so far pushed out with the Overlords. He cannot push it any further. Burrow is being researched now.
I would love to see him use this third queen in order to walk beneath the Overlord, just spread the creep, place down a creep tumor, and well, if he does it like this, he can spread the creep so much faster.
Yeah, so much faster and so much further.
So a brilliant combination.
Well, Kian has not really overextended himself in any way during this game. He's put some pressure on, but he's retreated. His third base is not as fast. He would, like, barely denies an Overlord from spreading creep on his base.
We have 63 against 58 Harvesters. Keep in mind that we have 3 bases for YugiOh already, while Keen has the third command center, but does not really have the third mineral line just yet. He's flying his command center over to this position just now.
He's actually setting up bunkers at that choke point. It's becoming more popular.
There was 2 Banelings for 1 Marine.
Yeah, that's not always the best trade.
To put it mildly.
Yeah.
Infestation Pit now going up. And, well, we had something that he goes for all these upgrades for the melee upgrade, taking a 4th now, but he built a Spire, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, Broodlords...
I think the Spire was more of a, I've got to have this in case he goes drop play because he's keen. And then when he saw with the Overseer, oh, no starport, he's just like, well, I'm just not going to make mutas right now. Well, now he's actually started 6 mutas, so he's just getting a variety of units at this point.
If he only builds the Mutalist in order to shut down the drop play and make sure that he can maybe attack his opponent, force him a bit into the base, and force a bunch of missile turrets, then I would actually really love it. And we have finally now the Hive tech. Let's see if he transitions into Ultralisk, which is something that I personally prefer on this map for several reasons, especially because it's so much easier to just defend those bases. And look at this Overlord. I love it. I love how he uses his Overlords. I have not seen this in a while. So YugiOh, very nice.
Yeah, he's actually, I'm a fan. He's really impressing me with his creep spread right now. He's just saying, well, you know, I could wait until the tomb responds in a few seconds and then just follow the rules of creep spread, but actually I'm just use my Overlords to create this massive web of creep around the map.
And this not only gives him vision, but at the same time it delays every possible push that Keen could pull off now.
Yeah. Now, the turrets you were talking about, the mutas may first force turrets. Keen is already way prepared for turrets before even the mutas were spotted. He's actually taking, YugiOh is currently taking the bottom left base. He's actually just being so active with his creep, his vision, and setting some traps here, forcing scans. Keen, though, is, these Banelings are on, he got drawn in there, that was close. Oh, he's actually consistently rolling into Siege Fire, that's not good.
And here we go with the attack, trying to snipe the units on the high ground. He tries... Wow, this is a huge mistake. He does not pay attention to his Mutalist, and this is definitely a mistake.
Yeah, Keen baited him so well there. And more Brainlings going down. Keen just fighting so cost efficiently right now because YugiOh is making unit control mistakes. Oh, this is so scary. There's no Banelings on top of the center, so he's going to take control of the center. His tanks will be sieged up in time, and YugiOh has made a critical mistake here.
Hive is done. He is not getting Adrenal Glance. He's not getting the Ultralisk. He doesn't get any Hive tech. Yeah, this is actually really, really weird. And he did another mistake as well. He is using his Overlords in order to spread creep, but he is not paying attention that he has a little bit of some excess Overlords so that he can compensate for Overlord kills. He was supply blocked several times now.
Oh man, the positioning for Keen is so good right now. He's got a huge spread of units. He's cleared up some of the creep on the edge. He's targeting down some Banelings that are morphing.
He's trying to open a flank now. He has units everywhere. YugiOh, that is. He might be able to attack from 2 or 3 sides at once.
Yeah, he's running out of time though. Tanks are sieged. Here he goes. I think Keen may have too good of a split. Nice Baneling hits, and it looks like YugiOh will clean up after all.
This is just amazing. YugiOh with a nice sandwich attack, attacking from two sides at once, taking down everything. The Mutalisks should not attack those Marines without Zergling help. Finally, a bunch of melee units arrive at the scene. But this is a very nice battle for YugiOh, and he's at 170 against 130 supply. And that's not the scary part. The scary part is that we still have 5 bases for YugiOh. He has bases everywhere.
He has
and the
100 drones,
look at it. He knows exactly that now Keen is moving out again, and he can prepare for it.
His creep is so extensive. He has 102 drones counter, so every base he has will be saturated.
But that's too much.
That's too many drones. This could become problematic.
That's too many drones, and you are right, Wolf. This is going to be a problem for him. He can't. He only has 60 army supply, therefore, but he's able to connect beautiful with his Banelings. Takes down the Thor as well. Keen on 120 suddenly, and as soon as YugiOh realizes that he has a drone count that it's a bit too high, he will just produce spine crawlers. Will produce a couple of additional defense buildings in order to defend against drops and run-bys, and then he can max out.
What I would like to do, or what I would like to see Keen do right now, is actually, rather than try to go for the external bases, spend some time cleaning up the overlords and creep tumors, because every move he makes is absolutely known to his opponent every single time. Nothing is a secret. He actually cannot move out without his opponent seeing every bit of it. If he cleans up the creep, then
look at the minimap. It's insane.
Purple, man. That's a purple map.
He just changed the terrain of Antigua. That's a complete different house now.
It looks like Keen is actively killing overlords. He needs to start killing creep. Oh, he gets flanked. He's going to lose a lot of units, and YugiOh under complete control of this game right now. This command center here can't even land because the creep is so good.
And he is only using Link's Banelings. He just stopped building Mutalisks. Look at how he cleans up everything now. I am so impressed with YugiOh's style, except for the fact that he still has too many drones. He has a huge bank. He has 3,600 minerals, 1,800 gas. He also does not have the army supply. That's the problem.
Really overcommitted to that attack. Now the supply is 147 to 195. He's trying to remax 7 ultras on the way. I'm not sure how much I like this ultraless choice in this situation. He's going to lose a base at the top left, but that's not a big problem for him considering how many minerals he has.
The thing is, I think that the ultraless are actually awesome here because we don't have any marauders yet. We have only Marines. That's what Keen is focusing on now. So the ultraless should be able to do a lot of damage. But as you pointed out earlier, this drone count is going to be a huge problem. He's maxed out now and has 102 drones, so he only has 100 army supply.
Yep, and part of that is evident in this battle here with these Marines. He will actually kill a lot of drones, which will, in a way, help YugiOh. But it depends on how many kills. The drone cut's now gone to 87.
Which actually, Keen is doing YugiOh a favor here.
Yeah.
He's opening up supply so that YugiOh can finally build more army units, more attack units.
Oh, he's losing too many drones now. It's actually going down to 79, and he is not able to defend against this drop. In the middle of the map, the Ultralists have been spotted. He's trying to use the Zerglings to tank for them.
His unit control is not the best, but still he has a very nice macro game here going for him. And now the Lings run by from every single angle. The Ultralists going to town, having a lot of fun here. Keen is dropping to 120 supply.
Wow,
YugiOh
huge
maxing
Baneling
out,
hits.
they're going on 170.
Oh wow, I think he might actually he might take this game. He's taking control of the SCVs in the center. The Ultralists aren't stopping.
Just trying to get in here, but he should take down the fourth. This is more important in my opinion
now he's sending the Ultras in there. He's got an Infestor, not enough energy for a fungal, but he still kills all the SCVs with Ultras.
Yeah, exactly. In the middle of the map, I think the planetary is done. Yes, it is. One Ultralist won't be enough to take it down, especially with the SCVs repairing.
But he's killed several of the SCVs,
Yeah, 18 kills on this Ultralist in the middle of the map. Being killed now by the planetary, finally. But at the same time, we still have these drop plays at the bottom left, taking down Zerg bases. 4 left for YugiOh, 4 bases left.
Yeah, this is actually, the drop harass has been pretty effective. It doesn't save his Vikings for some reason.
Can you check if we have Adrenal Glands? Because I think he missed this upgrade.
Yeah, a lot of Zergs just skip this. It's really weird. He does not have it.
Yeah, we have still the 4th base going strong. He needs to take it down, and I think as soon as he kills the 4th base, Keen is doomed. He's already down to 87 supply against 160, and well, as soon as this base is gone, then Keen will lose this match.
It's basically going to take a miracle for Keen to come back at this point. He's trying to rebuild the perfect composition. He still has the threat of potential Brood Lords to deal with, but he doesn't know exactly what's being made. The Ultra has taken us out without much trouble.
This has to be.
He still has the base to the left, but it's not going to be for very long.
+3 armor will be done in just a few seconds. We already have Keen on, YugiOh on +3 damage, and well, this will put him even ahead in the upgrades because Keen doesn't have the 3rd armor upgrade. And now 3 bases being built for YugiOh. He's expanding all over the place in the middle of the map, to the left side, to the right side. He has just all that he needs to take this game, and he still has a lot of gas banked up. He has the minerals. And finally, let me have another look, finally a normal drone count.
89 to, well, our Terran drone count.
23.
Yeah, not that normal, 23. He has the ability to drop a ton of mules, so as far as income goes, he's only about 400 to 500 per minute behind. He's going to trash this hatchery on the left side of the map and even take some banelings with him.
Keen is mined out at his 2nd base, so he can only rely on this 3rd now, which is going to be a problem, and YugiOh is starting to build Corruptus. Does he have the Great Aspire yet? I don't. Yeah, he does. So he's preparing for the tech switch, and this will definitely just break Keen's neck. There's one Viking. This is one Viking, and this is not going to be enough.
No, it's not. I feel like with the position that YugiOh is in right now, he just look at his creep spread. It's crazy. I'm like watching this,
and he is still spreading creep.
Yeah.
This is something that we usually don't see. This late into the game, most Zerg players just completely neglect their creep spread, but YugiOh, I mean, come on, let's face it, YugiOh is having fun here now.
He is. Well, look at this funny situation in the middle of the map. The creep is actually closing in on where the Commander is going to land.
Uh-oh, this is going to be a close one. Guys,
oh
you
my
can't...
God.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wow.
And he's canceling the tumors.
That was pretty funny. He actually loses a lot of creep here, but he's never able to push the creep even halfway back. A lot of scans being used, and with the very few, he has so few workers that every scan he uses is one less mule, so the command center lands, but he's not even able to use it. I'm actually surprised that YugiOh is not taking it out, or at least forcing it to lift. He knows it's there.
Keen doesn't have any scouting information when it comes down to the Brood Lord, so the Brood Lord attack will be a total surprise. He does not have anything. He only has a few Marines. But how many Infestors do we have? We actually don't have any Infestors, so he can't use the Fungal to protect them.
The Banelings are going to be the key.
Yeah, the Banelings, the Ultralists, and the Zerglings, they should be enough.
Absolutely. The Brood Lords only have +1 and +2 is on the way. I don't like this. He moved a little bit too far forward. The Marines almost catching some Brood Lords, but not quite.
Yeah, the tanks on the high ground now have a problem to deal with. They can't deal with the Broodlings, and here comes the rest of the army for YugiOh. He can't even max out again if he's going to lose this, but he is not. He's taking way too much damage. Keen, that is, losing his tanks, losing the Marines, stimming 1,000 times. He does not have enough medivacs to make up for the damage.
Oh, he's not. He's losing the majority of his units.
This is it.
The Brood Lords will be cleaned up.
Yeah, but look at the production tab. 86 Zerglings are being built now for YugiOh, and he still has money left. He's going for additional Corruptors as well. And the Brood Lords, they still live.
Yeah, they barely do.
And there's still this one command center in the middle of the map, in the middle of creep.
Yeah, and these Zerglings are storming in without much support. Now the Brood Lords supporting them. It's a mostly Marauder army. Cannot deal with the Brood Lords. The command center looks like it will fall, and I think Keen, to stay in this game any longer, would further only embarrass himself. GG.
YugiOh takes it, and therefore he is on the same score as Keen. Both of them are 2-1 in the group. And I think we have to have some serious words with Seller later on.
Yeah, we do. That puts actually YugiOh and Keen at the same score.
If that is YugiOh not practicing, then I seriously don't want to see him in perfect shape and with a decent practice schedule.
Nor do I. Keen drinking some Precari Sweat, trying to calm himself down. A tough match for him, and YugiOh his creep was phenomenal. It was actually crazy, and he just defended everything beautifully. He was so patient. He attacked at the right moments. He always kept his opponent guessing as far as composition went in the late game. That was why Keen, he made some Vikings and he was like, oh, Ultras. He's like, I guessed wrong. And then he was like, well, I'm just going to not make any more Vikings. And then the Broodlords came and he was like,
Well, at first, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a little bit lazy with his third queen and did not really use all the creep tunes. But suddenly, when he researched speed for the overlords, he started spread creep everywhere with the overlords, came in with the queens, just put on the creep tumors. And even at 26 minutes into the game, he was still spreading creep like a madman. It certainly paid off. Every single push that Keen tried was stopped by the creep. Every single time Yu-Gi-Oh! Had the speed advantage, and of course when he was trying to defend the fifth base, he had this amazing view of the map that he knew everything. Keen was moving out, and suddenly Yu-Gi-Oh! Was well, you tried to run by, okay, here are 50 Zerglings, deal with them.
Yeah, he had a bunch of different control groups of units. Every time Keen's units moved on the map, he just sent a different group to take care of them. It was absolutely insane. Well, we're going to have Pung Pung against Hart now on dual site. Hart not in good shape right now. He's down
of them.
2 games. Yeah, both of them, in fact, down games. So if Hart loses this one, man, he is just going to be a placeholder in the group.
It doesn't matter which one of them loses. He will be down 3 games and therefore out of the picture.
Yep.
Dual site in the map. Terran versus Zerg. Second one of the day.
Indeed. And I'm really excited to see who's going to take this game because they're the 2 players who I guess some people consider both of them to be really underdogs in this group. And one of them is going to be totally out of it after this. The other one still likely will not become a Code S player, but one of them will be completely done after this game ends. We'll see which one it'll be. The map is dual site. The tournament is the GSL Season 2 of 2012. This is the up and down matches with Caldor and Wolf.